Hey, you are now locked in to Hard Reset with Juice Kastoan. Let's go. Hello. This is episode 24. Um, so yeah, I'm tired. Yo, I don't know what's going on. I woke up like at 5:45 and I couldn't go back to sleep. Just waking up in the morning is whack. Well, I mean, I like waking up in the morning. I like waking up. I just wish I could get a full 8 hours. That's all. But for some reason I can't. Who knows why I can't? But yeah. Um, this episode is about, those that we have lost in many different ways. Like for one, you know, those that we have lost that, have died, you know. And like for me, RP to Jesse Snipes, RP to my grandma, RP to Lenny Rocket's mother, you know, RP to all those that we lost that were close. Um, we missed them all. We're still right here. And when you lose someone close, it almost kind of changes your trajectory in a little bit and mature like mindset is and what you go for. Because when something like that happens, you kind of lose focus of everything. You don't even know what you want to do anymore because you just lost a person that's near and dear to you. So now you can't, count on them being there and whatnot. So it's really hard. Um, you do what you can, you try to manage, but in the end, it's always going to be difficult. You know, uh, especially like me and him, we were cool since like seventh grade, and that's where I'm learning to make music. He helped me want to become a producer. You know, no, because originally I was just rapping, I wasn't even making beats, and he was like, "Oh, I'm trying to make beats." Well, actually, the only thing he said is trying to make beats. I think I just started making them because he would make it, and my beats were terrible. You know they were terrible. He didn't necessarily say they were terrible, but he didn't say they were great. He was just like, "Oh, okay, well, keep practicing." You know, he actually probably said something more sarcastic than that, to be honest, but nonetheless, uh, that's how I got into producing with Jesse Snipes. One of my proudest moments was the fact that he said that he wanted to use one of my beats to make a song. Albeit, it was a diss song, you know. But even though it was a diss song, I didn't care. I was like, oh, he's using my beat. Oh, this fire. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was a great moment. Obviously, my voice is messed up because I just woke up and I'm still waking up. So, bear with me. But, I want to talk about that, but not just that. It's also those that we just, we don't keep in contact with along the way once we start living our life. I have friends in Houston that I was cool with, grew up with. Once I moved to California, talking seemed to cease. Whether it was on my end or whether it was on their end, we just stopped communicating as much. Uh, no more happy birthdays. And even then, it's like my friends that were in San Diego and in California that I met. I met them, and then I moved to Maryland, They stopped keeping in contact, except for one, uh, Joshua, but the rest of them, they stopped keeping in contact. So, uh, it's like, what do you exactly do with that? I could try to force the issue, but if they don't want to talk, they don't want to talk. And you know, when when you decide to pick yourself and go for your goals and dreams, you can't take everyone with you. I realized at the late age of 28, in order for me to achieve what I want to achieve and go for what I want to go for, I can't stay in Houston. I have to move away from my friends and family and just go for whatever it is that I'm trying to attain. I finally accepted it. And I was like, okay, well, I got to do this. So that's what I did. Um, and it was very tough in the beginning. It's easy not to focus on it because I was too busy focusing on like boot camp and the goal. But in the beginning, it was kind of hard. But eventually, you know, um, I was able just to focus on that. Um, in the midst of me doing all these things, I did get stronger, I can say. And I was able to do more career-wise. But with that being said, after doing all that and getting stronger career-wise, communication with those that I was once close with pretty much ceased. So at that point, it's like, what do you do? I now focused on bettering myself. I focused on living a better life. And it's not like I stopped talking to them, like I stopped communicating with them. It's kind of, I would hit them up and then they wouldn't respond. So it's like, um, in the midst of me making these choices and picking myself and choosing to do what I feel will make me happy, it possibly made them unhappy, which led to them no longer wanting to keep in contact because I'm not no longer conveniently close to where we could just hang out. And with that, it's like, well, it's tough, it's difficult, but it is what it is at this point. Like I made the decision, this is what I'm doing. So at that point, the ball's in their court, and they choose whether they want to continue talking or whether they want to stop talking. I can't really get mad at it. It's not something I could be upset about. I mean, maybe I could, but I don't see the point of getting upset about it. I think more than anything, it's something that it's life, and people, their lives don't revolve around you. They have their own life they have to live. So if they choose to do these things, then this is what they're going to do. Nothing more, nothing to it. Uh, you could be unhappy about it, but it's not going to change the situation. It's not going to change them not talking. I had one friend, real close with. Um, Besides being real close, he was like one of the people I hung out with the last day before I went to the Navy. He's one of the first people I saw once I came back to the States from living in Japan. And then he just basically fell off the face of the earth. He stopped talking to me. He stopped talking to my other homeboy. He just stopped talking. And then the last time I even you know, came in contact with him, which I didn't even get in contact with him, was I thought he looked at my profile on TikTok. And I sent a message and he still didn't respond. So it's like, what more can you do? It is what it is. Um, in the end, when you're trying to live your life and you want to do what's best for you and, move forward, it's probably going to be a lonely road. Um, it's probably going to be a lonely road. You probably won't have everyone with you. And everyone who you thought was your friend, no, you'll probably realize that the majority of them, they probably weren't. But I mean, even then, as long as you have a few people that you keep in contact with and talk to every once in a while, that's all that matters. For me, I don't necessarily need all that. I don't even need to talk to my old friends per se. Just I can live my life freely and be happy. Just keeping in contact and living with my wife and my son. I don't really need outside friends, to be honest. I've kind of been battle tested and um forced into this life to where I don't have as many, I don't have as much contact with those that I used to, or those that I was close with. So I guess at some point I had to learn to function without it, and I have. So now it's not necessarily something that I feel I need, and that's just where I'm at. I don't need it. I don't mind having it, Mm. but I don't need it. So when you're in situations like this, you just gotta know you got a goal in mind. You picked yourself. You wanted to be happy. You want to be emotionally happy, mentally happy, physically happy. So you did whatever you could to put yourself in that position. So even though you may be losing your friends, you won't be losing yourself, which I feel is the most important. You don't want to lose yourself. So this is Jeuse Kastoan. This is episode 24. Hope you have a good day.
This was Hard Reset. Hopefully you got some. Leave a comment, answer the polls. Go ahead and contact me at Juice Kastoan on Instagram, Twitter, everything. To go and holler at your boy.
Mad thoughts just going through my head. Expectations have been met.